we'll move on to The Offer there. The last episode, the finale. Fuck, this show delivered. I'm sad to see the shit go.
Same.
This has been, I think this is my favorite watch experience this year.
Yeah, it's the best show I've watched so far this year.
Yeah. Which, it detailed the premiere, but also it detailed, like, the distribution plan that they had, that Bob Evans kind of came up with in real life.
Well, Lapidus came up with that.
Well, Lapidus isn't a real character. It's a fictional character. Yeah, fictional. I know.
Okay.
Yeah. And it changed cinema forever because now we're getting like wide releases.
How did they do it back in the day? They had
Yeah.
a select number of theaters they could only screen at? Is that
Yeah,
instead of going wide?
yeah. You know they couldn't go wide before, but do you know why though? Because they had to, for every reel that went out, they had to magnetic strip the audio, which means they had to match the audio to the picture per reel.
Oh,
So if that
no.
film was 4 reels, they would need to wrap that movie up, and then in 3 months or whatever, every day, duplicate. So a wide release that we see now is only possible on 4,500 screens because it's all digital. It's done. It's quick. Whereas back in the day, it's this manual process.
Jesus.
So that's why some reels were fucked with. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it was a manual touch for every reel, for every cinema that fucking showed that movie.
And that's why they deteriorate. Okay, yeah, that makes so much sense.
And
There were reports supposedly of films like just the reels just disintegrating
yeah.
in the projectors because they had screened The Godfather that many times.
It's wild.
That's crazy.
But a wide release is 350 cinemas back in the 70s.
Crazy.
But that's
And
that's also... You go.
The gross was like $100 million. I think that weekend it was like the highest grossing film of all time until Jaws came along.
Yeah, and Star Wars.
Until Star Wars came along, sorry, and then Star Wars got beaten by Jaws.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you know? Star
Wars, there was posters of the shark eating the Star Wars characters.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck, I didn't know that. But did you know the initial run of Star Wars, right? 77. With inflation, like, earned $3 billion by today's money. $3 billion. And then if you think about the wide release situation and how they kind of did it in Godfather and how they replicated it for Star Wars and stuff at a slightly bigger scale,
Yeah.
like, it's wild shit. Like, they said they played Star Wars 7 months. It was sold out on month 7.
That's wild.
Just because they, like, you know, they had to, like, keep playing that movie and they couldn't, like, everyone couldn't watch it in multiple theaters because then every theater only had one.
Jesus. Now, I mean, there's multiple rooms in the cinema screening that movie multiple times.
That's right.
Amazing. But yeah, this was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The wrap up for this, because then we go straight from release. Okay, it's the biggest movie in the country. It's like, you know, the highest grossing movie of all time. Go straight to the Oscars.
Yeah.
And in the middle there, we get Ruddy being the mad cunt that he is and helping Betty set up her casting agency.
Beautiful.
Which I loved. Like, he wasn't selfish about it. He's actually, like, paying those and supporting those that helped him along the way.
Yep.
And then, of course, the Oscar night, where the legendary Oscar night, where what's his face lost? Francis Ford lost for director, but won for adapted screenplay with Puzo. Brando won, and sent up a representative. which John Wayne wanted to beat the shit out of.
You know what's
Jesus.
crazy? Like, there's audio of, because you know how Clint Eastwood presented the Best Picture, right?
Yeah.
Which was directly after that award. There's audio of Clint talking shit about her on the stage.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's wild.
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right.
It's crazy because that's what I was listening for. Because as soon as I said Clint Eastwood, I was like, okay, I know what's gonna come out now. But they didn't have that on there. He addressed the whole stage before he announced the winner. Yeah.
Did you notice in the episode they kept the booze? You heard the
did they?
booze. Yeah, you actually heard the booze when she walks up.
Shit.
And then, of course, Ruddy wins for Best Picture. And I like this, right? Because Ruddy was the only one that went up there and accepted.
Yeah.
But remember, like, early on in the show, he was like, if you fail, it's all on you.
It's all on you.
But then if he wins, it's all on him too.
Yeah.
And then he has to make, like, the hardest decision. This would be the hardest decision in anyone's life.
Mm-hmm.
Because he goes on to, like, nah, I won't do The Godfather Part 2.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this other original movie. Hasn't been tested with the audience. People don't know about it. My concept, The Longest Yard.
Yeah. Beautiful. We got Bert in there. And Bert looked cool. The guy that they got to play Bert was cool. He's not as big as Bert, obviously.
Nah.
Bert was huge back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, physically, he was a big, big man. Pause.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then yeah, they wrapped it up. They wrapped it up.
I love the deal that Bob set up with What's His Face was awesome as well. So I get 5 pictures and I stay on as a producer, and I stay on as the head of the company. Was awesome because he also wanted his name on the poster, right?
Yeah.
Which is funny because I was watching the trailer for Chinatown the other day.
Yeah.
And it comes up and from producer Robert Evans, it comes up on the trailer. Wow.
Have you watched The Two Jakes?
No. It's the sequel to Chinatown.
Yeah.
That
no one knows about it.
That What's His Face directed. What's his name? Actor Nicholson actually directed that one, I'm pretty sure.
I got to check that out. Because I just recently watched Chinatown. I was like, the sequel to Chinatown? What the fuck is that?
I think it's a sequel in terms of him playing that same character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But not like an actual, like,
No,
it's
no,
just
no.
a story.
There's no water crisis again.
Yeah. Again. I'm interested to see how they're going to tackle Francis and the Godfather, the Oscar Isaac offer movie that they're doing.
I don't know.
Because Oscar Isaac, I think, is playing Francis Ford. And Jake Gyllenhaal is playing Evans.
Evans, sorry, yeah. Who's playing Ruddy, though? It was
I don't know.
supposed to be What's-His-Face. Wasn't it supposed to be the guy that was drinking blood? Army Hammer?
I thought Army was going to be in The Offer as Evans.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nah. Matthew Good killed them.
That's the other thing. That's a fucking other thing that, like, was the best about this show. Miles Teller killed it.
Stella.
And Matthew Good is now, like, one of the top O's for me.
Yeah.
I've never seen this sort of level of charisma from him.
No.
That's why I was really cheering it on.
But the not just the charisma, like the scene with his wife at the end there was beautiful.
Yeah.
And the fact that he had to let her go. Yeah.
You know that O was married 7 times?
Jesus, Bob.
But yeah, that scene was mad. Because he was like, he had to keep his character, but you could see that he was breaking down.
Yeah.
and then them only showing him blow out one candle because he said, I can have both.
Yeah.
And then, like, one goes away.
Mhm.
But I was mad that she showed up for the premiere.
Oh,
And
that
he gets
was cool.
Kissinger. You've never seen fucking Bloodhorn that fucking happy.
Coming down that stairs. Like,
Yeah. You did it.
I love the respect that's gained between Lapidus and Bob.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Even though he's a fictional character, I kind of wish he was real now.
And we don't know. He could have been just multiple characters. I mean,
That's true.
He could have been Bloodhorn as well. You know
That's
what I
it.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
But yeah, this is the best show I've seen this year.
Same.
It's the best show I've seen in a while, to be honest.
Yeah. And, like, I'm sad to see it go. Like, we're gonna get Westworld next week and, like, you know, a few other things and bits and pieces. But right now, the stuff that we have just doesn't equal some of the greats that we kind of covered in the last couple of weeks.
No.